The purpose of Observatory is to monitor student questions and have an idea of how many students are confused at any given point in class or after class to look back at the questions they had to review as feedback for yourself as a professor. So during class, you could have students submit questions, and when they do submit it, rather than having to put up their hand and ask to the class, sometimes they're more comfortable submitting a question like this. So it would show the student's name, however they had typed it and suggested it. So other students could see this question in the stream, as well as you as a professor would be able to see the questions. So right now there's one outstanding question with one student kind of confused in the class. Students would also have the opportunity, if they typed in a question, to ask it anonymously in case they were, shy or thought it was a dumb question in front of their peers. So they do that, and their name would not come up, and it would be anonymously. Obviously, we let them know, and we let you know that if they say anything that's inappropriate, we can very easily identify who they are, and there could be repercussions if they try and, play around with the system like that. So other students could see the questions that are asked, and they would have the ability to also ask both an anonymous or a regular question, which is kind of voting it up. So in the feed, not only would you see the two questions submitted, but as other ones got voted up by another student, this number would rise and you would be able to see the most popular questions. This is powerful because at the end of class or even during class, you may want to answer the question that the most students have at once, so therefore they're not all emailing yourself after class or they're not all confused coming out of it. So you're addressing the most students' concerns as voted by them. As you answer the questions, you do have the ability, if you want, to click an X, and then the total number of confused or outstanding questions in the class would go down. We could also send you a report towards the end of the semester of all the students' questions that were asked throughout the year. Perhaps you want to use them on the exam or you want to cover them again in a review session later. Keep in mind that right now, although text messaging has been created for this application, it hasn't specifically been used for Observatory yet because when students type in the question, sometimes it may relate it to attendance on our servers or it may relate it to a poll or a quiz. So for the time being, in order for students to submit questions, they're going to have to do it on their computer or on their phone or tablet.